It's three guys who combined to play 15 seasons in the National Football League trenches. Well, two guys. And Mackey, who didn't do shit. This is the O-Line Committee.
Jen, so we start every show here, the podcast edition, part one, with Who's the Mike, where we identify the most important things on our mind for the football week. This might be the deepest bag of potential mics of the whole season so far.
Dude, it is juicy.
Can you hold on before we start? Can you lower your camera or something? There you go. You looked really just super short. Like, hi, I'm Alex.
I was trying something new this week. Okay, thanks.
I don't
for
like
fucking
it.
ruin it right
I
away.
don't
I go.
I don't like it.
Know.
I don't like it. I don't like change.
Instantly,
I don't like change.
He's like, hey, fuck it. Lower it down.
Move your camera.
Thanks. I was just trying something new.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Stay in your lane. Do what you know. Do what you know.
Wow. Well, let's do it. Someone pick a mic.
I got one. I'll go first.
Oh,
Pick me.
you're a fucker. Go for it.
Anthony Richardson.
Oh, here we go.
What
great.
on
Buckle up.
God's green earth are you thinking? For a couple things. One, I have never, and I mean, we may be a day late on this, but I have never seen a quarterback give the old taparoo. Right, like, hey, I need a blow. Especially with 3 minutes on the line, game on the line, AFC South on the line. I need a blow on the sideline. Hey, Joe, you're ready. You're warm. You can come in and convert this third down, right? Come on, buddy. What a joke. Like, that's a joke. I can't even fathom what Ryan Kelly, the center's doing when Joe Flacco runs in. Like, what? Okay, he must be hurt, right? Anthony Richardson got hurt. Shoot, he rolled his ankle.
Yeah.
He tweaked something. Like, damn it. And then to double down on the post-game press conference, hey, Anthony, did you get injured? No. And all I could think about was the guy from the Green Mile. Tired, boss. Yeah. Right? Like, that's like that's what he said. He goes, I was just tired. We're all tired. Everybody's tired. It's week 7. It's what do you mean you're tired? I get you just had a big run. You're the quarterback, dude. You're not allowed to be tired. You're not allowed to say, hey, I need a blow. And then to say, like, and listen, I'm not a big component of a lying, but lie. Like, at that point, like,
lie out your ass.
I twisted my ankle.
No, Jody said, be like, hey, I felt a cramp coming. I felt like my calves were going to cramp. Like, I felt a cramp coming on. I wanted to make sure. I really didn't want to get like there and get cramped up on the next play and hurt my team. Like, there's a million different things that you could have thought about and said, but to tell the world that you were just out of shape and tired is unbelievable to me. I can't even fathom that idea. And he's getting, listen, since he went on the tirade on the podcast, I was like, NFL's easier than college.
That was the dumbest thing.
Never been a fan.
Said.
I have lost respect for him. I loved what he did early in the year last year, but to see this and then to go out and he's now 50% completion rate for his starts this year.
Terrible.
He's in the company. I sent you guys this graphic.
Did you see a stat line for the game? He was
at one point it was
10
4
of
for 20. Well, at one point it was 4 for 20, and I was like,
he was 10
okay.
for 32 for 175 yards. And by the way, one of those was a 70-yard touchdown.
So since 2000, right? Since the year 2000, there's been 225 quarterbacks that have gone for completion percentage. I think started over like 10 games or something like that. He is number 222. The people around him, Tim Tebow, Ryan Leaf, Ryan Lindley.
Whoa.
I don't even know. Jamarcus Russell, Troy Smith, Ohio State's finest.
Hey,
right? I mean, you start talking about the 3rd overall pick, and I don't like deeming guys bust because I don't think it's a real thing like this early in their career. But he is on a trajectory that is not good.
You just said it. And Jay, you said it. Once you come out with something like that, like once you say something that stupid, everybody has to turn around and be like, really, dude? Really? Like, did you see Ryan Kelly came out and was like, we don't stand for that shit at all. And even the head coach was, they were like, who's going to start this week? He's like, that's
everything's being evaluated.
He's like, we're going to talk about that. Like, dude, you couldn't have, I swear to God, in that moment, if he would have been like, dude, I think I tweaked my Achilles. I just wanted to make sure. Everybody would have been like, cool, dude.
Thought I tore my ACL for a minute,
right?
But then I was fine, and now I'm back.
Like, even make a joke out of it. Like, oh my God, guys, I thought that, I didn't. I'm back. Here we go. Like, to be like, I'm tired. I stand with Jay on this. I have never seen a quarterback, and I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know that I've ever seen a quarterback tired, dude. I have never seen a quarterback huffing and puffing because they're always quick to be like, all right, everybody shut the fuck up. Here we go. We got Z right. 2 jet. Hold on. I'm getting something. Hold on. They're not like, hold on. Do you see that fucking run? I have never fucking seen that. You want to talk about an embarrassment? I'm not even kidding you. Like, dude, the minute McAfee went in, I was a little upset we didn't do the show yesterday, but I was like, totally understand Jay. But I was like, I stand with McAfee on this too. He
100%.
was even like, dude,
and
this
he's
is
the biggest Colts
franchise.
lover. He's the biggest
like,
Colts lover there is.
Franchise. This is what you're preaching to your players, dude. You're a fucking quarterback. You're in your second year this week, fucking 8. How are you even tired? What are you tired from? People are like, well, he does a lot of running. We all fucking do a lot of running.
So
like, that's
Lamar
the whole
Jackson,
game.
Cam Newton. Dude, Cam Newton's the best comparison.
Dude,
right?
name 10
big.
quarterbacks right now. Josh Allen. Fuck, I can name them all. Tua.
Jane Daniels
Fuck.
tap out.
Yeah, my whole point. That's our whole point. No one's tapping out, and then you're quick to be like, dude, they even got him on the side, like smacking his helmet. You're a fucking idiot. You're an idiot. What are you, a DB? The fuck out of here. I was so mad. I was so mad for his O-line too. Like, they're gonna have to answer so many questions this week. So many. Not even about that. Just about the fact that, like, hey, this dude couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. How do you feel about that? Honestly, look at his stat line. It's terrible.
It's really bad, man.
It's bad. If you didn't have Jonathan Taylor on this team, it would be fucking horrible. That game goes so differently. If they didn't have that fumble that almost was a touchdown, by the way, we're replaying too much, okay? We are replaying way too much.
You don't like the
Because the
replays?
minute that dude made a touch, I was watching it in the car driving. I could listen to it, and I was like, no fucking way this is happening right now. And then all of a sudden they were like, wait, we're going to do the instant review. I was like, why? Why not just go this way? Go this. I mean, that game was incredible. So fun, so disrespectful to step out of a game like that. I've never seen that in my life. Honestly.
Can I tell you that this is, in my effort to make literally everything about the Vikings in some way on this show, this is the worst case scenario, in that the Vikings play the Colts on Sunday Night Football this upcoming weekend.
Trap game.
And
Flacco.
Anthony Richardson. So, Brian Flores has the highest blitz rate of any defensive coordinator in the league. Anthony Richardson this season is completing 29% of his passes against the blitz.
Oh yeah, that's a
Dude,
winning.
That's
a winning grade.
One up from him, so 29%. The next worst completion percentage is 47%, and it's Jacoby. So he is
Jacoby Brissett. Did you say he's Jacoby Brissett's the next?
You still owe us a steak and a beer for what he did to your Jets this week. Don't you even say a word. You're next. You're getting it next. Hey, listen.
But dude,
go back to this. Yes, no, he is that bad.
Joe Flacco is probably going to start now,
dude,
and you're going to get a guy that knows what he's looking at for 3 hours.
He's going to be throwing darts, dude. Your Vikings are kind of fucked. They're fucked.
I don't know. I mean,
stop. We're not going there yet. But what we're saying is, if they put Flacco back in, I'm all about it. Like, I stand for that decision. I stand for that decision. As an O-lineman, too, I'm like, yeah, that's a fair punishment. Like, you came out and embarrassed everybody to say you're... like, do you know how many people that puts on notice? The strength coach.
The strength coach. That's the first...
Getting fired.
The first person I thought about...
As soon as he said tired, I go, he's fired. He's gone. You're
strength coach.
You're cut. Don't even show up tomorrow. Like, just don't, right? You had our franchise quarterback say that he was tired week 8 and had to tap out of a game. Get the fuck out. That's what they're going to tell him, which is sad because it's like, dude, it's really on you to be in shape. Like, people can tell you as much to do, but you have to be the one to fucking do it. And honestly, the way he's throwing a ball right now, there's no way they can put him back out there. Like, they have to be like, listen, man, we're fucking done with this shit. This,
he is good for like nonsense. A 70-yard ridiculous bomb once every 3 hours.
Once a game. Dude, he is. Here's my question. Am I taking him or am I taking Jameis Winston when he was throwing 30 interceptions? Like, you're looking at the same thing. Like, it makes sense.
Jameis never tapped out.
Never.
That much.
Dude, are you... We're going to get to him later.
All right.
Oh, we're getting to him.
New mic now. Let's go new mic here. I think we've eviscerated Anthony Richardson.
We eviscerated him. Here we go. I got to get him. I got to get my dude from Chicago. I have
Tyrique Stevenson.
There are so many things I have never seen that have happened in like a matter of 5 minutes, and I was like, "Is this live? Is this really live right now? Is this my life? What has happened to this? Like, this dude's taunting the crowd, talking shit, gave him the old, okay, sure thing. Like, it tries to be superhero. Watch me. I'm going to run over there. Tips it up. Never heard a coach say tip it up. Never. I always heard him say bat it down. They always say bat down, right? This is down. That's up. Hits it up. Noah Brown's like, sure, I'll win this game for everybody. That was the funniest shit I have ever seen. After was probably one of the roughest games to watch for these two because they were just kind of getting boogied around a little bit. But at some point, you were like, dude, it's going to turn into a slugfest. And the Hail Mary, the fact that he took
12.6 seconds.
No. For me, what it is the fact that he created so much time. Like, he goes to the right, then all of a sudden he's like, okay, they're still not down there. Now I got to get to the left. And then I think it was Algretti that threw this block that I thought almost got caught for behind the back, but I was like, fuck it. Let it go. You got to let this go. And he threw that ball so effortlessly. It was one of the prettiest things I've ever seen. And just the fact that, listen, for Washington fans, you deserve this. You have been through so much turmoil and so much shit. And to see this team right now, I'm so excited. I've been on this dude from the beginning. We watched the left tackle from there last year, and I ended up watching a lot of him, and I was like, this dude is fucking awesome. And we had talked about it on the show, how much we love him. But to see him come out and hit a play like that, like, dude, those plays never happen. They never happen. And then you got a dude taunting the crowd who goes out and creates this whole fuck.
What's
Here's
hilarious is, hold on, they would have been better off
if he just
playing 10 on 11, and he just stays
just
over,
stay over there and
the
talk
crowd
shit
the entire time.
I didn't think it was a big
game.
deal. Dude, I didn't think anyone would notice that, right? Next thing I know, I'm watching Sunday Night Football, and it's the halftime show, and they're talking. And I was like, oh, my God, this dude is so getting fined. They're like, coming up at halftime, we're going to talk about Chicago and this boneheaded play. And it showed it from, like, a fan's phone, and I was like, oh, my God, you're so fucked. You are definitely getting fined conduct detrimental to the team, for sure.
I mean, just the way, and then it got
There's
worse.
more, though. It comes more.
It got worse. There's a video of him pregame betting with fans on the field that, like, they're gonna win.
Oh my
gosh, some fans filming him like, what you got? He goes, all right, bet, and he's like betting and dapping up fans that they're gonna win the game. I mean, I can't even.
This
I
is
don't know.
great.
Would
This
you?
is great.
I'm trying to put myself in his shoes, like walking through the doors the next morning.
No,
or
He
even
did
just
put out the
How
apology.
about
and
into the
I'll
locker
be-
room? How about into the locker room,
Well-
and then all of a sudden the PR staff's like, "Hey guys, we got a problem. We got
Well,
a
that's
real
the thing.
problem."
You kind of hope, like, he's probably like, maybe no one saw it, and then his phone was just like, ding ding,
added.
boy.
Oh shit! And
boy.
then, hey, that's when the PR staff looks at you and goes, "You, come here,
come here.
now." And they're like, "What the fuck did you do?" Listen. Here's what happened. I'm telling you, man.
Besides that, though, can we go back?
Let's go. You want to talk about
the
the
Bears?
other thing? Yes.
And talk about why it's 3rd and goal from like the 3, and we decide to
give it
hand the ball off to Doug
to an
Kramer
O-lineman.
Jr., who I did recruit from Illinois. Great kid. His dad's phenomenal too. Doug Kramer Senior. That's how he said it. This is Doug Kramer Senior.
Great dude.
Great
Senior's
running back
dude.
in junior high or what?
Listen.
Apparently, the dude's 6 foot tall, ball of butcher knives, and the best part is he never even got the ball.
That thing bounced off his chest like a fucking explosion. Dude, you could see in his helmet, his eyes were like...
It was Claymore, please place out, right? He just hit just exploded.
His eyes went, oh my God. Dude, number one, and I'll tell you this right now, I remember hearing this all the time. When you get down to the goal line, simple.
Don't get cute.
You always go under center, and you never go on an exotic snap count. Keep it simple. Now I got to throw in there, don't give it to the 350-pound backup center because it's going to bounce off his fucking chest like a bouncy ball. Dude, as soon as I saw him in the backfield, I go, it's a great idea. Put him back there. We'll run right through the A-gap. Fuck, steamroll everybody.
Behind him.
In no way, shape, or form was anyone like, yeah, hand it to him. Give it to him. He's not CJ Ham. He's not used check. He's not even used to the ball. Like, dude, what are you fucking doing? That was one of the most boneheaded things I've ever seen. I was like, wow, it gets worse every year. Somebody does something dumber every fucking. Well,
then there's the video. There's the video of Caleb on the sideline as it's happening, right? And it pans past Keenan Allen, and Keenan's just like smiling, right? Because he's come from the Chargers, so he's just like, oh, First time?
I've seen that,
First time you guys have lost a game in a ridiculous fashion? Don't worry. It gets easier.
Oh, this gets. Oh yeah, you'll become numb to
You'll
it.
get
Don't
used
worry.
to this. I played for Stanley. Was it what was the coach in
Stanley.
Brandon
Brandon
wait,
Staley?
Staley.
Yeah.
I played for Brandon Staley. I found creative ways to win football games.
Dude, here's my question, because they came out of a bye week, so they literally like planned to run that play at some point out of a bye week.
Yeah,
but
no,
if
that
you're
was.
and I think I read the quote right from Eberflus. He said, he's being asked about it, and like, why would you hand out to backup center? And he said, that's a play we've practiced 100 times in practice. And my first thought was, wait, I mean, you don't get like unlimited practice time.
Lying.
Why?
That's a lie.
Well,
That's a
maybe.
lie.
So that's two-part question. A, is he lying? B,
Yeah.
if not, why with a rookie quarterback and development, and you're trying to put something together, why are you wasting your time practicing that play more than twice?
They
What are
practice
you
that play
doing?
one time every Saturday.
Yeah.
Right? Saturday
Not
is
kidding
goal
you.
line day. Friday's installation. Saturday, you go out and install goal line and short yardage.
Walkthrough.
It's more of a walkthrough because if you do live goal line, someone's going to get
you're
hurt
dead.
in practice.
You're
right?
dead. Goal line is walk.
Goal line is never live reps in practice. And guess
So that
what's-
dude has
guess
never
what's
had a
the
live.
most-
a
No,
live
that's the
rep
thing
in
is
that
he's
spot.
never had a
He's
live
never
rep
had
at
a
it.
live rep at
Ever.
that, right? You can try and say it, but practice goal line short yardage is never live because if you were to do that, you'd have dudes hurt all the time. It's maybe the most intense situation for an offensive lineman, right? Talk about 2 minute, right? That's an intense situation for everyone involved. You talk about needing to get 6 inches or a foot. It is maybe the most. I mean, you've got everyone geared up all the way to
because they all know where it's going, dude.
and it's just a all out just brawl for a 6 inches. So I mean, the intensity is through the roof. And then you say, okay, we're gonna hand it to this guy, and he's back there probably shaking in his 3-point stance,
Oh,
like I
for
can't
sure
believe
he
they
is.
actually called this. Oh, and he's like,
my
okay, this is my
God.
moment. I wonder what my touchdown celebration is gonna be.
Senior, I'm gonna make you proud.
right, just right off the
No,
chest.
no.
And
No,
I
no.
don't blame Doug Kramer Jr. I will.
No,
say
how
this.
could you?
I
Who
do
says
not-
no to that?
I do not put the blame on him. The blame is fully on the offensive staff for
Shane
calling that.
Shane, what's his name? Shane Waldrop.
Waldron or something.
I
Tom.
mean,
yeah.
Eberflus green lights it though. Like it's the head coach. Doesn't the head coach somewhere have to
No,
say,
'cause he's
"What are we
defense.
doing here"?
He's
a
defense.
defensive
He's the
guy.
head
So-
coach.
Dude, but at
Yeah,
some
but
point,
the head
what
coach doesn't
listen,
check. The
he
head coach
just
isn't-
hears it. He hears
Yeah.
it go through his thing, and so all of a sudden he hears, "Hey, let's go I right 32 fullback
He's like,
belly,"
okay,
and he's like, "We're on the one. Okay, let's fucking do it. Why would we not?" And then all of a sudden he looks up and he goes, "Wait a minute, who the fuck is that guy? I ain't never seen him back there." And they're like, "Coach,
5,
don't worry.
4,
Okay.
We've walked
3,
through with them.
2,
He knows what he's
hot.
doing. Hot."
I want to float this by you guys. Because I think Eberflus. I think he's getting fired at some point. But I have a two-word fix for the Chicago Bears going forward, starting in 2025. Ben Johnson.
Oh, dude, his name is gonna be so hot. It's gonna
Fire
be so
Eberflus.
hot. I don't
Hire
think
Ben Johnson. Move
Listen,
forward with the organization.
you-
Offensive-minded
Mackey,
guy.
Listen, you're talking Vikings craziness, okay? You're just mad because they become somewhat competitive, okay? They went with a really good team all the way down to the wire, and if some moron wasn't celebrating with the fans, going crazy, making bets, they
Who
probably
would you
would've won
rather
that
have
game.
coaching? If you're a Bears fan, if you're the Bears, if you run the Bears, you're Ryan Poles.
But are
Who
you
would you
going to
rather
do
have
that to a
coaching
new
the Bears next
quarterback?
year?
Are you going to do that to a new
That's
quarterback?
stability
You
is
should.
And
important.
that's where you need to stop. No.
Well, you're gonna
that's
fire
what
anyways at some
I'm
point.
the owner. I'm telling you, no, I like this guy. Why? Because you're fucking winning. I don't care. Yeah, I get it. Some dumbass made
You're
a
not
bonehead
winning.
play.
What are you winning? You're not winning anything. You're 4-3.
We're winning
and
more
you're-
games than half the NFL right now. We're good. I'm
That's
having a
not
good
the
time.
goal.
We're having a good. Hey, matter of fact, we're about to tie a record of wins, and we're only halfway through the fucking season. We're doing great. We're doing great. Our whole division is stacked, and we're somehow standing with them, going, "Yeah, we could give you a little jab here and there." Like, dude, that's winning. Who turns around and goes, "Get rid of him"? Both their defense is playing really well.
I
so
would
he's
in a
kind of-
heartbeat for Ben.
Yeah,
Johnson.
we know you would. You would get rid of
Right.
KOC if you
Steak
could,
and a
too.
beer.
That's your problem.
Okay, steak and a beer. Can we do like
Steak
a
and a beer on
hypothetical
what?
steak and a beer?
Hypothetical steak and a beer.
Hypothetical
On
steak and
what?
beer. That if Ben Johnson becomes a head coach next year,
It's for
and
the Bears.
if Matt Eberflus is still a head coach, Ben Johnson will
if.
have more wins
Listen.
with whoever he's coaching than Matt Eberflus with the Bears.
Total
my,
take that
if my
steak and
aunt
a
had
beer.
balls, she'd be my uncle. But
Don't
sure,
say
Mac.
that because I said that to my kids the other day, and now they don't stop saying it. They're constantly like, "Dad, what was the one about the balls and my aunt?"
If it was a spirit, would have killed him. If it was a
That
spirit,
one
would
is
have
my
killed him.
best. That's my favorite.
That's a good one.
Okay, new mic. All right, we're
Go
gonna
for it, man.
we just
Go ahead.
spent
Talk
20
about
minutes
them. I
savaging
know you want to
people.
talk about them.
We're going positive here. We're going positive. My mic, you tell me, I'll give you a mic in hot take form. You tell me if it's a hot take. Sunday was a top 5 win in modern Cleveland Browns history.
Yes.
That was a religious experience coming through, for me, the TV anyways. The stadium was alive. The team felt alive. Kevin Stefanski was jumping around after the game was over.
Afterwards.
Like, it was as if
hold on.
dark cloud.
Breaking news. As of recording this, the Colts are benching quarterback Anthony Richardson and turning to Joe Flacco. Just popped across my screen.
Love it
right now. Breaking news.
Mackey, you guys are fucked.
You called it, my man.
You're screwed.
Joey Flacco is going to start versus the Vikings.
You know how that combo went?
Sunday night.
Joey, you ready? Yeah. I'm ready.
Flicks it. He just flicks the cigarette.
Flicks it at Anthony. Yeah, I'm ready.
Hold this.
Hold on. Hold that.
Crushes the can. Hold that.
Oh my gosh!
There
This
you
is
go,
Sunday
man.
Night Football.
Oh my God,
This is
man.
Sunday
Night Football just popped
is.
across
Hey,
my
it's got
screen.
flex.
This Sunday night just got so much more exciting. Because, dude, if it had been Anthony Richardson, I'd have been like, this is going to fucking be a mess. So excited. Love Joe Flacco. Never thought I'd say that. Beat me in a
There you
Super
go.
Bowl. Son of a
There you
bitch.
go,
I
Mac.
called that one. That came
called that one.
to fruition a lot quicker than I thought. Anyways, the Browns, dude. Jameis Winston.
Here we go. Hey.
One of the best games of his career. I know they're probably not going to the playoffs because they're in too deep of a hole, man. But I just thought the Browns deserved. Well, I don't know if they deserve anything because they're the ones that signed Deshaun Watson.
The fans.
Jameis deserved
The
it.
fans.
The fans deserve that moment.
And I'm going full blown on this. I may have ordered a Jameis Winston jersey from Fanatics with Cleveland. I may have because you know how much I love this dude. The best part was, did you hear his pregame speech? Dude, I've heard some fucking wild pregame speeches. I mean, I have heard some shit that
He's
you'd be
nuts.
like, that's not legal. You can't say that. You can't even say that in public. When he started talking about, like, we play for the name on our back and the decals on our helmets, and then he was like, oh, shit. We don't have any decals. All right, we should play for the names then. Like, I was like, dude, this is exactly who he is. And as an offensive lineman, when I have a quarterback like that, I am like, can never let anyone get near him. I cannot let anyone hurt this person because he is too pure and too genuine. I mean, the whole crab leg things, I don't even give a fuck about it anymore. There was a time when I was like, man, this dude's a dumbass. But now I'm like,
I mean, he's definitely not
so-
like a.
But he's,
No.
but no, but
Dude,
at that moment
stop.
he's your
he
dumbass.
is a treasure.
Right? He's
Yes.
your dumbass.
He is
Like,
Cleveland's
come
little
here.
treasure.
You're
LeBron
mine.
left, and now they're like, Jameis, come to us. You're going to be our savior now. Like, dude, now we know what's going to happen, right? Next week, maybe
4
in 2
picks.
weeks, it's going to be 5-6 picks. And you're going to be looking at your best friend in Cleveland like, wait a minute. And he's going to look at you and go, this is what we signed up for. We knew this was going to happen.
Ride the wave.
Give me
baby.
2 more. 2 more. Right? Just keep buying them. Bud Light sales are going to go way up, but it is one of these things where this is what Cleveland has wanted forever. Like, they just want a team to go out and be competitive. And the fact that they beat the Ravens, a good Ravens team, mind you, a team that has been fucking destroying people. I mean, destroying them. They had Lamar Jackson slamming his helmet down at the end of the game. Like, they did everything they could. By the way, who shows up like the fucking Terminator? Did you see that?
Myles Garrett.
That was insane.
was cool.
He even had,
was
the
cool.
Terminator tweet him back. 10 out of 10, no notes. Fucking love that shit. But this dude, I'm telling you, I am so excited for Cleveland. This is what we've wanted. You see Nick Chubb in the backfield again. Fucking love him and everything that he's done for Cleveland, the injuries that he's come back from. We've talked about how much we love Kevin on this show. This is one of those things that if they can keep playing competitively and playing well, all of a sudden the owner goes, all right, no one's getting fired. We get it. It was clearly somebody who's not here's decision to bring this guy on here, right? Like, they're going to be like, nah, it wasn't me, it wasn't him, it wasn't him. We let go of the problem, don't worry, and we're going to let go of this guy too. And I think if you can move on from this, you can still continue to build what Cleveland was building last year. You just got to get through a couple more tough games like this, and you got to hope that Jameis can keep throwing some fucking dimes.
But
But Mackey and I
can't
broke him down. Holy
They can't
shit.
get out. Yeah, there is a Jameis Winston
Dude,
film
they was
breakdown.
throwing
Like me,
darts. Just
But they're still
Got it.
even with they might get some cap relief with the insurance stuff that's being reported, but it's like a 2-year dark cloud
Yeah,
contractually
it's
over the
billionaires for a
organization.
billion.
What a
There's
waste,
no,
man.
there's no escaping the cloud. You're
just
in
do,
it.
just do it. Just pay it. Walk
I
away.
honestly
and
no,
think
move
but
on.
the cap penalty though is
The
what
cap
gets you. Like,
penalty,
you
the
can't
cap
build your
penalty is
team.
huge, but at the same time, I think for morale and just for a pure, I think the fan standpoint, if you just own it, be like, you know what, this didn't work, and we're gonna have to keep paying it, and it is what it is. But we are moving on from Deshaun Watson. I think the fans would go, okay, I see that you did it. Congratulations, and maybe a little bit more grace than if you just continue to ride with him. If you just continue next year, he comes back and you throw him back
you're
out
fucking
there.
out, dude. They're gonna have you gone.
The fans are gonna be. But if you just, hey, I own it. We all did it. It didn't work out. Right, it didn't work out. We're gonna move on. I think you'd earn a lot.
He's trying to take the team out of the city too, right? He's trying to take them to Brooklyn Park, which is like a tiny fucking city in between where me and my wife lived, and everyone's like, "Why the fuck are you doing that?" And like, what are you trying to build over here? We have this beautiful stadium right on the fucking lake. Like, hey, listen, it's not the stadium, and it's not anything else.
Lakefront property in Cleveland.
I'll tell you what, it can get pricey. Believe me, I'm paying taxes there, and at times I'm like, is this California? The fuck am I paying this shit for?
Can start the lake on fire on cold nights.
Hey, that was years ago, and it hasn't happened again. It hasn't happened since '84. Okay, stop it. Talk bad about Cleveland like that. Someone's gonna whip your ass.
Cleveland disrespect on the show, man.
Yeah, don't you dare do it.
New mic.
All right, here we go. I got one. I was watching the Seattle game, which, by the way, it took me 20 minutes to realize how bad it was raining. Because when they pan, when they do the outside cameras, you could never tell what's going on, right? And all of a sudden, Josh Allen fumbles the ball, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I'm like, how do you just randomly fumble ball? Well, then they show the cameras from like the sideline, and you're like, holy shit, why are they even throwing the ball? Number one, the Bills. Dude, they're clearly going to be that team, right? Like they're running the East. There's nobody going to fucking step in front of them.
They're rounding into form.
Maybe
very
the Patriots.
nicely.
Maybe the Patriots. I'm kidding. I kid.
Hey,
you thought
dead.
it would be the Jets.
Jets aren't dead.
Yeah, who feels?
We'll get that.
Ding him right now. Ding him right now.
What's the fine?
I'll fucking
Delusion?
find one later. I'll find one later.
Delusional.
Listen, no. But when you talk about this game was going on, all of a sudden there was a blitz, and I think it was Mafe. Mafe comes in and fucking hits Josh Allen. I didn't even think it was egregious, right? I thought it was like, at one point I was like, why are they throwing a flag? Well, then they pan to Mafe and Jared Reed, and they're fist fighting. And at first they're in each other's faces, and I thought that they were kind of like celebrating the hit or something, and then I realized that they're fighting. And I was like, okay, not unusual to see two guys fight on the field. I've seen that. Well, then they go to the sideline, and the game goes on a little bit, and then they start panning to the sideline again, and now they're fist fighting on the sideline. And I was like, oh my God, this is what's wrong with Seattle. Like, they have so much talent everywhere, yet they just can't fucking get out of their own way. They can't stop fighting on the sideline. They got Geno back there doing as much as he can, and they can't run the fucking ball for anything. They're like getting him destroyed every other play. Like, it's like one of these things has to change if you want this team to be good. And what's crazy is the West is completely fucking open right now. Like, everybody is in play for the West. So it's like, dude, you're not out of it. You just need to fucking start getting along. Like, I have never seen two guys on the sideline like that fight. And I was like, shit, man.
They're what, 1-4 in the last 5 games?
Yeah, dude.
Right? And the other piece of it, too, is, not just the fight on the defense, but it seems to me that every time Geno comes off the field on a third down, he is yelling at someone.
Yeah.
He's got horrible body language, right? They even panned on the sideline, and then, like, DK had to go over there and try and calm him down.
Chill.
Like, there's some dysfunction going on in the locker room right now, which is not great, because when things aren't going well on the field and then the finger pointing can start and fist fights are starting, it's not in a good place in Seattle right now, unfortunately.
That division is wild right now because you've got 4 teams within a half game of each other, including the Cardinals leading the division on tiebreaker with a minus 30 point differential, or like a minus 27.
No big deal.
I would argue that the last place Rams, if Nakua and Cooper Kupp stay healthy, if they can even get a little healthier in other places,
O-line,
they're not dead.
Yeah.
49ers, definitely not dead yet. They were 3-5 3 years ago, made the NFC Championship game. So that division is crazy right now, halfway through the year.
Well, you talk about what the Niners are doing, especially against Dallas. Like, I think you come into this game and you're like, listen, you guys don't have anybody. You're decimated. What can they do? And all of a sudden, Ricky Pearsall's fucking going crazy, and you're like, holy shit, this guy just got shot a month ago.
Isaac Guerendo's out there running like CMC.
We broke some Isaac Guerendo tape down, and he is so fucking incredible, and he makes it look easy. And now I'm getting nervous because what's coming after the bye week? Christian's coming back. And all of a sudden you're like, holy shit, they say he is. I'm telling you. But
they've been saying a lot of things. But
true or not, imagine the two-headed beast that could be back there. And that's when you're like, fuck. And they run everything off the play action. Shit. Oh, God.
Purdy, in my opinion, is making himself money every single game.
We talked about that too.
People are saying, oh, can he do it without his all-star cast? Can he do this? He's running the football way more effectively than he ever has. He's delivering really good balls. He's taking care of the football. he is just continuing to prove people wrong. And I think starting next year, probably the Mr. Irrelevant thing is going to slowly start to fade away. And there's going to be more to this dude is a top 7 to top 10 QB in the NFL right now. And he's going to get paid like one, whether by San Fran or someone else will, because he's just continuing to get better and better every single week.
Boy, San Fran, it's going to be interesting because they have not really made – I mean, they paid Garoppolo a little bit of money like 6 years ago, but do they feel like Purdy is a creation of system weapons?
Yep.
And if they pay him, now they strip away the system that built him.
But we
do they have the
about
balls
this.
To move off of him if it gets
no,
tough?
No, and I don't even think you have to because, Mackie, you and I kind of talked about this. They're not going to pay him $65 million a year. They're going to look at him and be like, dude, if we pay you, everybody fucking leaves. Let's not be stupid about this.
But
what
might
they're
say,
gonna do,
okay, cool, somebody will pay him.
What
Someone
he's going
will.
to listen, what they're going to do is be like, listen, we'll guarantee the whole thing and we'll give you $45 million a year. And we'll make it over 6 years. We'll make it whatever the fuck you want. You're looking at $250 million. You're an idiot if you walk away from that, Russell Wilson. I'm just letting you know, sometimes the things that you're around make you fucking great. And you could say that and then you'll turn around and end up like Aaron Rodgers. He's still trying to be like, well, what if we bring back Eddie Lacy? I bet he could help us. What if we brought
They do
back
need a left tackle,
Randall
so
Cobb?
badly.
What if we brought back Jordy Nelson? What to call these guys? Dude, I'm telling you right now, the grass is not greener, and you're in fucking Frisco, so don't bitch about shit. I've been there. The weather's beautiful. Everybody treats you right. The cafe in that fucking stadium alone is so worth going to work. Dude, they would come in every day and be like, you guys want your 3-pound tomahawks? Be like, yeah, they do. Tonight, tomorrow.
That's
the
great.
next day, every
I'll
day.
go buy a 3-pound tomahawk with
They do whatever you want
a year. Another
I'm
team.
telling you
$57
right now,
million.
Brock Purdy, it ain't like that everywhere else. Because I went to Minnesota and I was like, wait, there's no windows here.
Last
they were
week,
like, this is all underground. This used to be an old panic shelter. So that when the atomic
This
bomb-
is the most
I'm not kidding
hypocritical
you.
thing that's ever been said on the show.
What?
1 week ago, I asked you guys, why don't quarterbacks, or a listener did in the dumb football questions, why don't quarterbacks take less money to keep the team together? And you guys are like, well, you can't.
I'm with you, Mackie. I
No, we're with you. I'm just telling you that all of a sudden San Fran's going to look at him and go, hey, you're really going to leave all this? And that's where I was at. No,
Yes,
you're not.
I am.
No,
if
you're
some
not.
team's going to pay me $57 million, $56 million when
Oh
it's his
my
time,
God, I'm going to make
by then it can be
300
closer
over
to
250.
60.
Agent bias.
Oh, dude, you're totally making this irrelevant off of what, $20 million more? Someone's gonna go.
Oh.
We're gonna make you
Oh.
$20 more.
Just a quick 20. What are you
already
talking
have
about? You're an
250.
idiot, dude. No.
Dude,
if no quarterback in the history of ever is going to do that. No one. They're not going to do it, dude.
We'll
if
see.
I'm Brock Purdy and I continue to have the growth that I have, and they don't put a nice big fat extension in front of me next year that makes me a top 5 to top 6 paid quarterback, I'm not taking it. I'm not taking it. I'm going to let someone else
What is
pay
5
me.
making right now, Mackie? Do you
Like
know?
55.
I would say more
the
closer
fifth
to
highest
50.
paid quarterback? Here.
Yeah, I'll look it up.
I mean, to
No,
go
no,
on
no,
that
I wanna
point,
know.
though,
You wanna talk?
can,
We're gonna
you can
talk.
say that. The Raiders
we're
are going to
gonna
be in play. You know, there's plenty of teams that you look around the league and go, they're going to pay a quarterback because they have a lot of.
55 would make you the
That's what I'm
tied
saying.
for fifth. Yeah.
For fifth. And so you want him to take 45? That puts him at like 17th.
Well, Mahomes is making 45 a year because he signed, 4 years ago.
4 years ago. And you're saying that in 2 years, you're going to ask him to take a $45 million as a starting quarterback in the league?
Okay, so
You're out of
here
your
we go.
fucking
No,
mind.
I'm not. Because listen, here we go. Let's see who's making
great.
$40 million right now. Matt Stafford, Josh Allen,
Old contract,
Patrick
old
Mahomes,
contract,
Kirk
old contract,
Cousins.
old.
Dude, I hate to tell you, but you're right there. You're playing like them right now. That's why I'm
No,
not.
that's such a lie.
Okay, well, I hate to tell you, but one of these
Dude,
dudes just threw for 510
I'm
yards
telling
in
you
1
right now,
week.
those guys are
No,
all
I'm telling
on
you, he
old
did.
contracts.
This guy right here, Kirk Cousins, $45 million. That's actually
He's
really new.
37 years old.
He tore his
just threw
Achilles.
for
and that part is done.
510 yards.
Dude, you are all over the map on this.
How
right
am I
now.
all over the map?
Because last week you're saying I'm all about players getting
I
paid,
am.
get what they can do, go get it, and then you're telling this guy that was the last pick of
I'm
the
not
draft.
telling this guy
signing
anything.
bonus was
I'm
like
telling you, this-
$100,000, right? $100,000. He's making $795,000, and you're going to say, "Oh, it's just 20 more million." F that. Take the 20 million and
Say
go
what you
somewhere
want.
else.
I'm telling you, the Niners can look at him and be like, dude, look what we have here. This is what money costs, though. And if we get paid $60 million, 55, we lose 3 of these assets on the outside.
They're going to go anyways, though, because you can't pay them all. You can't pay them all, even if you're paying Purdy 50. Call it 50, because that's going to be the bottom of the barrel of what he'll take.
Say 50.
50.
What's their cap space?
Kittle's going to have to go. Kittle's going to have to get paid. Bosa's going to continue to have to get paid. Debo's going to continue to have to get paid. Ayuk just got paid. Christian's going to continue to get paid. If Trent sticks around, he ain't going to continue. He wants to keep getting paid too.
The Niners
it's not
do have some
going
cap
to
space.
work.
What's their cap
It's not
space?
going to work.
They have $44 million in effective cap space for next year right now. And I don't know what else. I mean, they've got some other players they might need to figure out, but it'll be a really interesting next
Fred
few
Warner's still over there too.
I know there's a lot of people, but they also
doesn't
have one of the
work that way.
smartest guys in the cap room. That's why I'm like, listen, you don't know.
I'm done with you. I have another mic.
Go for it.
I'm ready. I'm ready to say that the Detroit Lions are the number 1 team in the NFL, regardless of Kansas City being there or not. Regardless if Kansas City is undefeated or not. You look at the most complete football team in the NFL, the team that every Sunday you think is going to walk out there and not just win, but not even have it in question. It is the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions have vaulted the Kansas City Chiefs for me in being the number 1 best team in the NFL. The fact that the Raiders had Mahomes by the balls and couldn't beat him, that's going to catch them. That's going to catch up with them here as we enter into November and enter into December. Versus the Lions, you look at them, they are climbing. They are on a warpath. Jared Goff is playing as probably the best quarterback in the NFL right now. They have a defense that's playing with their hair on fire. They're going to add an edge rusher. I guarantee it before the trade deadline. They're going to go all in. Detroit Lions are the best team in the NFL right now, and the Chiefs are a distant second.
Did you see that? What's his name? Dan Campbell came out and somebody was like, "Do you plan on doing anything for the trade deadline?" And he was like, "Possibly." And they started laughing, and they were like, "No, seriously." They were like, "Seriously, Toss." And he was like, "Yeah, no, seriously, possibly." Which means, to me, in their opinion, they're talking to a pass rusher somewhere. They're talking to someone to be like, "Yo, who wants to come?" Now, listen, this is an overreaction because they just played the Titans. Okay, calm yourself down. Just us.
I'm so done with you. I'm done. I'm so done with you today.
Slow down. Mason Rudolph ain't really fucking scaring anybody these days, okay?
Booney, I hear you on the Titans thing.
I know what you're saying.
They scored 52 points in 3 quarters and then decided to stop.
He had 85 yards and 3 touchdowns. That's the most absurd stat line I've ever seen in my fucking life. But then I watched the game and I go, oh, interception all the way down to 25. Oh, punt return all the way down to the 10. Got it. Listen.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Complete football
I
team.
know.
Complete.
Calm down, Detroit. Got it. You can never talk about Patrick Mahomes like that because he finds a way. And not only that, it's the defense this year that is like, oh, you need some help? We got you. Dude, the Raiders made me want to blow
you Chris Collingsworth.
Mahomes. Okay, I hate to tell you, but everyone has to suck it until he can fucking lose. How about this? There's 31 other teams. Could any one of you just beat him right now? He doesn't even have a full
It's going to
team.
happen, dude.
It's
going to
happen. We all keep saying that, and we all look stupid when we're like, next week, this team is going to blitz him like crazy. Dude, he finds a fucking way to do it. And when everybody's down, then he's like, oh, wait, you guys forgot. Kelsey's back from tour. We're ready to do this. Let's go crazy, right? Welcome to the show. By the way, you guys haven't seen him all year. I agree with you. I think the Lions-Chiefs Super Bowl would be fucking epic because you have a monster offense on both sides, right? And you're talking about 2 fucking badass defenses and 2 coaches that are completely wired to just go, 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 go. It's going to be incredible, but I'm sorry. I still can't put them ahead of the Chiefs because, by the way, they're undefeated. And, yeah, they might be playing the Cleveland fucking Browns when Deshaun Watson's out there, but I can't go back and say that 30 years from now when I'm like, yeah, they were undefeated and won the Super Bowl. But they played the Browns, and they played the Titans, and they played, nobody gives a shit. But, yes, your point is very valid. You're just upset. You're about to get a sensitive fine. You're so close.
Hit him. All I'm saying is they are the most complete football team in the NFL right now.
You didn't start like that. You said the number 1 team.
They are the number one most complete football team in the NFL. I watched the Chargers. I watched the Chiefs game. I watched the Detroit game. The Raiders are not a good football team.
Neither are the Titans. So stop. You can't keep saying that.
So, okay, no, that's my point. Neither one of them are good football teams right now. They're bottom third in the NFL. The Lions just steamrolled. They didn't. There was zero offense, defense, special teams, no laps whatsoever. You turn on the Chiefs game. The Chiefs should have lost that game.
They also don't have a lot of players, dude. That's my whole point.
You are
it's
just
Patrick.
so far up Patrick
It's
Mahomes' ass
Mahomes.
right now. It's unbelievable.
I'm not blind. I turn on the game and I go, God damn it, there he is again, throwing the ball.
Here's
how about,
a guy.
How about 2 weeks ago against San Fran where he's running out of bounds and all of a sudden I'm like, oh man, the linebacker's going to decleat him. Oh wait, no, he didn't.
I'm
now he's
not
still running.
saying Patrick's not one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL.
Well, don't get mad at me for saying he is
I'm
the best.
saying from a team's perspective, the Lions are a better team than the Kansas City Chiefs.
Well,
I
will
have a way
see
to
in
settle this.
February.
I have a way to
Please,
settle this.
because I can't listen to this
Because
anymore.
the correct
Are you
take
going to pop stats? Pop
No.
stats. Do stats.
the correct take is somewhere between you guys. The Lions are the most dominant, high-end, can beat the brakes off anyone by as much as they want team in the league every week. But the Chiefs are the most reliable winning team. That if
There you go.
if there's 4 minutes left in a close game, I'll take the Chiefs. If it's a 3-hour window, who's most likely to run roughshod over an opponent? I will take the Lions. And that's why it's going to be fun to watch them play each other probably the second week in February. It is headed that way.
is.
right
Hey,
Headed
where's
that
the Super Bowl
direction.
this year?
New Orleans,
Oh, we should go.
Bourbon Street.
We should go.
We
Last
can get
time I was
credentials,
there,
right?
it was
We're press.
miserable.
Could we get credentials?
we
Blue Wire.
could.
Blue Wire is part of the deal. We could go to the
Wire,
pod
we could.
studio.
I actually just got the email for Super Bowl credentials this week. So
I want one. I want one. I want one. I've been to Bourbon. It was a terrible
It'll be the
experience.
last time the O-line committee ever gets credentialed if we only send Boone without any.
Just Alex.
So
Adult
I'm
supervision.
representing the O-line committee. I have
He
several
does not
questions.
speak for us. He does not speak for us. This
Number
is
one.
Alex Boone solo.
How do you
show.
give up 6 sacks in week 8? What the fuck were you thinking?
Fucking guy. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Kidding.
Let me throw this mic out.
Don't.
There's a few other ones here, and
Oh, yeah,
we
there's plenty. We got
we'll
time.
We'll
Go
do
for
a
it.
dumb football questions too. But Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, thank God. Here we go.
Here's my take. I think Aaron Rodgers' NFL career will be remembered for these things in order.
Hit me.
So when you think back, Aaron Rodgers' career, what do you think? What are the 4 or 5 things you think of? Number 1, his individual numbers, like his passer ratings and his MVPs and individual accolades, right? That'll be the first thing you think of. He's going to put up like probably the best completion percentage and passer rating, all those things. Number 2, the second thing you think of is going to be his weird, quirky personality, his sort of egotistical, like his off the field personality, going to Egypt, ayahuasca, darkness retreats, and that type of stuff. Number 3 will be his train wreck Jets tenure. And then number 4 will be team success. Team success will be the 4th thing you think of when you think of Aaron Rodgers' career. Fight me.
No, I'm not going to at all. And I'm going to be honest with you. Since the ayahuasca shit, this thing is gone. This train has derailed so fucking fast, so hard. Like, you go out and trade for Devontae Adams, and even I'm like, all right, that's a good move. Where you two know each other, you two clearly love each other, you're all about this, you're going to make this work. And it's been 2 weeks, and I'm like, okay, maybe this isn't going to work anymore. I mean, dude, you just lost to the Patriots. I don't know what else to tell you. This ship has sank, and firing Robert Saleh was probably one of the dumbest things that they could have done. Because he seemed like he was the only one really keeping shit together, and now the defense can't even play well. And that's where I start to get mad. And as soon as they fired Saleh, I'm a huge Saleh fan. We have spoken a couple times. He is a great guy, and everyone that talks about him is like, dude, Saleh's the man. Like, he's
How about
just
the bleep? How about the bleep you from Matt LaFleur to Aaron Rodgers? Say, hey, we're gonna hire Robert
which
Saleh,
I love.
not to
Love.
encroach on our. I'm not going to encroach on our defensive staff. I'm bringing him in as an offensive consultant because I think he can coach.
I love
and I
that.
think he knows offense a little bit too, Aaron. That's what that felt like to me.
Dude, it's just such, and this is going to be the end of Aaron Rodgers. I'm telling you, this is how everyone's going to remember him, for a sinking ship in New York. And it's like, dude, this is not
okay. If you're a player in that locker room and you go back and listen to his post-game press conference after losing to the Patriots, and he says, quote, "I've been to the darkness. We need to make peace with the darkness." How does that land with you as a teammate?
So we're going to lose a lot of games, huh?
You merely adapted the dog. I was born into it, molded by
it.
It's the light of really a man.
The shadows deceive you, for they belong to me. Yeah,
You're
no,
full
I
Bane.
mean, Dude, if I'm a teammate reading that, I'm like, so we're just going to lose a lot of games and we have to be cool with it, huh? Like, this is how the ship's going to sink and everyone's going down with it? Got it.
It's a great Jets organizational slogan. Just make peace with the
Do you know what's
darkness,
even greater
Jets
is
fans.
I
how
hope
much-
Aaron came in and just did the team meeting in the dark.
Dude, turn the lights off. You're probably wondering why there's no lights. We're going to adopt ourselves to this darkness. Dude, the best is, like, as of recently, Bill Belichick and Bill Parcells have been coming out and talking so much shit about the Jets. It's making me fucking hate the Jets even
They
more.
are just
I am,
crushing
listen,
them.
I know that Bill Parcells is one of the toughest coaches in the history of the NFL. And if this dude is literally, I saw a video where they tried to take him into the locker room. He was like, no, I'm not going in there. Oh, God, that's gross. I was like, this guy's the man. But, like, you look back and you wonder why this team has been so bad for so long. And it starts with ownership. And years ago, a friend told me the ownership wants loyalty from the bottom up. And we just want it from the top down. And no one's ever going to win because the two can never just come together. Woody Johnson is an exact example of that. Not only have they just been year after year abysmal, but they can never figure it out. And then the minute that they start to do, they're like, hey, let's bring Aaron Rodgers in as our quarterback because he's going to do great things. And all of a sudden it's like, well, I'm going to go to Egypt for a mini camp, or I'm going to do this ayahuasca trip. And it's like, you know, we just hired you to be the fucking quarterback, right? Like, that's all you got to do. You just got to show up, throw the ball every once in a while, maybe dangle it out in front of Breece Hall a couple times. Do your thing.
Not looking for life advice
No,
here. Just
looking for fucking diddly dick out of you other than that. A completion percentage that I can hang my hat on and I'm not going to get fired from, and maybe you putting some of these fires out that you're probably starting around the building, because you know it had to be him that went to Woody Johnson that was like, get rid of Saleh. This guy doesn't believe in me. And everyone's like, it's really not him, dude. It's just you. You're the one with the ball in your hands all fucking game.
You want to hear the most Jets stat of all stats?
Yes.
Hit me.
So they scored 20-plus points. They didn't turn the ball over, and they allowed less than 250 yards of offense. In NFL history, the teams that have done that have been 750-0. Guess who the one team that has lost is?
The Jets.
The Jets on Sunday.
That's
so
wild.
now, if you have scored 20-plus points, didn't turn the ball over, hold your opponent to 250 yards or less, 750 times that team has won, besides the one time, and that gets to get hung in the record books in MetLife Stadium.
That's wild.
That's a brutal stat. Brutal stat to have. But that also is just like, if you were to say, hey, who's the one loss? Every
Oh, you
NFL
for
fan
sure be like,
would be
Jets.
like, probably the Jets. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
just
It'd be
brutal,
the
dude.
Jets or the Browns. But
That
that's one of
team's
the
so talented, though.
They are.
And that's the
And-
frustrating part. You know, I look at that. You look at the offense, and Breece Hall and Braylon Allen, two young, explosive, going to be great backs in this league for a long time. Garrett Wilson is going to be a fantastic receiver. I think that adding Tyler Conklin, he's been a great weapon for them at tight end.
Love him
It's
here.
just, you know, even look at the center. They went Joe Tippmann in the second round last year. He's been really good. Elijah Vera Tucker's been one of the highest graded PFF guards in the league for a long time. They go get Simpson from the Ravens. Tyron Smith's unfortunately one of the greatest, wearing a gold jacket. It's kind of on the downhill slope. Morgan Moses is in year 13, I think. He was my draft class.
Yeah.
Like, he came out with me in 2014. You know, so you're like, how? And then you look on the defensive side, Hassan Reddick's coming back, CJ Mosley, Sauce Gardner.
Williams.
It doesn't make sense to me how they can be as bad as they are. But then on the flip side, you do look at, okay, let's look at the Cleveland Browns. And all they did was replace one piece, and things started turning around. I don't know if Rodgers is that one piece. The problem is they don't have anyone. I mean, Tyrod Taylor's not going to unseat
He's not
Aaron
the solution
Rodgers.
piece that they thought
He's
he
not
was.
the solution
No,
piece,
he's
and that's
not.
that's probably the most frustrating piece. Is they felt like they were one piece away, which I still think they are. I
They
don't think
need
they're multiple
leadership.
pieces away.
They need, and I actually thought Robert Saleh had a chance to be the leader at coach the
So
last
did
few
I.
years, but Rodgers coming in undercuts that, and so they whiff on Zach Wilson, and then Rodgers coming in sort of undercuts the leadership of Robert Saleh, and the solution is fire Robert Saleh. And I don't know, man. Like, how often can you just fire your way to a solution? Because the Jets are trying to do that. It seems like every 3 or 4 years, and it's not working.
It's not working. And I thought Robert was a great coach for them. Their defense was one of the top defenses in the league last year when they didn't have Aaron Rodgers, and they were still fucking kicking people's asses. And it's like, it comes back to exactly what Jay said. Eventually, you have to stop and look around and be like, what's the one piece that keeps fucking this whole thing up? And you have to just cut ties with it and be like, listen, man, we tried our thing. It didn't work. We brought your boys in. That didn't work. I know what
they
you're
have
thinking.
one more year. I think they have one more year that they just with the cap space.
You're still going to draft a quarterback. You're still going to be looking high for one because if you find the quarterback that you love, you're going to be like, listen, you can chill behind this dude for a year and then you're in. I'm not against that at all.
Yeah, but does that create a toxic environment?
At
Kinda
that
like
point,
Jordan
Aaron,
Love,
if
like
you
the
make
Jordan Love
problems,
issue, like the second Green Bay drafted Jordan Love, that fractured that relationship
It did.
to the
Certainly
point of no
didn't hurt
return.
Jordan Love's career, though. It actually fucking probably sparked him to be like, you know what? This dude wants to talk this much shit to me, to my face, and like slap me in the face, and I'm just going to come out and fucking show him what's up.
But
And
that
now
doesn't
he
help
took
the
Green
Jets
Bay.
in 2025.
No, I agree. There's also ways of being like, hey, listen, we're going to draft this dude, and if there's any problems, we're just going to start making problems of our own. Like, we want
But here's
this
the
to
thing:
be our
Aaron's
future.
at the point of his career. He goes, "All right,
Then cut him.
my platform is larger. My voice is heavier. I am less expendable than you right now."
Got him. There you go. Got him. Seriously. We're talking about a
That's
toxic
your
work
solution
environment.
for I think
It's
every
not,
player
though.
we've talked about today that's like done something stupid, Boone's number one solution is cut him.
No,
Like
I didn't say
Stevenson,
that.
cut him.
It-
No, I didn't say
Richardson,
that about
great to cut him.
Stevenson.
And
I
Anthony
said you
Richardson,
should fine him.
cut him.
I said fine his ass too. Oh, no, I said bench him for sure. Which, did they not? It's funny. I feel like I've been in behind those doors, and that's why when I'm looking
Self-suck.
at this, you can go, hey, listen, I know how this is going to go, and I need you to be chill. And if you're not going to be chill and you're going to start problems, we're just going to get rid of you. We're not going to create a toxic work environment. At the same time, we can't be handcuffed to not draft our fucking quarterback because the starter doesn't like that. That's stupid. That is
Well,
what
they
you
have
just-
sign up for
So,
when you bring in
okay,
Aaron
hold on.
Rodgers, though.
Reminding myself, they drafted Jordan Travis this year.
But he's
kid
not
out,
like a
the kid out of Florida State. I think he's a very good quarterback, but he's been injured all year, right? So I don't know if they draft one next year. They might try and hand the reins to Jordan Travis. 'Cause I think they spent a third on him.
They should draft Shadur Sanders and just throw every possible grenade. into
Shadur
the
Sanders
equation
is going to
here.
be a New York Giant. I'm calling
well,
it right
since
now.
you brought it up-
Shadur Sanders is going to be a New York Giant next year. With Dayball doing crazy things, I firmly believe that he will be a New York Giant.
Let's do a Giants thing here before we get to
Here we
part
go.
two.
And
Okay.
we did this last week for the New York fans. And you want to talk about like the Yankees going down without swinging a fucking bat. The Jets are going down. The Giants last night, their field goal kicker's the only one scoring points. By the way, I'm looking at the score like, man, this is going to be rough. But when you talk about what the last play of the game, that strip sack fumble, in my mind, I'm like, there's no way that they just left TJ Watt all alone on this guy the last fucking play of the game. There's 0% chance that happened. Brian Daboll was quick to be like, yeah, he didn't motion our tight end across. He was supposed to motion our tight end across to help him.
6
I was
years.
like, damn, dude. And that to me was the sign that it's like, he's done. He's done with us. In our mind, we're done with this. But at the same time, I feel like Brian stays with Sheehan. I feel like the two of them are like, hey, we know that it's not us. Because, dude, when you look at this team and what Tracy did last night, and there are some Malik Neighbors, there are some really talented players out there. But you're like, once again, one piece away from creating what we really want. And I feel like Dayball, he handled himself well last night. Did you see when Daniel Jones was walking off the field that last play and he just looked at him and was like, no, there was one where he just looked at him. It was the interception that he overthrew, and he just looked at him and was like, tipped. And he was like, yep. And he was like, okay. Like, he's just like,
he knows though.
he knows. That's my whole thing. Like, he knows. I'm done with you. Was that ball tipped? It was. Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah.
Just making sure you saw.
He's not making
'Cause
it
that was way
toxic.
overthrown. That was way overthrown. Like, he's keeping it calm. To me, it's like, dude, you're coming back another year, which I love because I love Dayball a lot. I think he's a great coach. The fact he lost all that weight, like, I'm all about this motherfucker now. But watching that offense, at times, it is hard, dude. It's like watching the Raiders. You're like, all right, they're driving. They're not driving anymore. All right, field goal. They're driving.
Well,
all right.
what was
Oh, look at that. You're like, holy shit. Okay, never
What
mind.
was it?
Field goal.
First and 10 at the 31, and they punted.
Dude.
Right, I think that was in the first half. It was 1st and 10 at the 31, and they ended up going 2 sacks in a row and had to punt.
Mackie, you text me and you were like, J Mike with the huge block to set up the big
That
run.
was
I
the
like,
last good thing that happened.
I go, hey, don't worry, they're gonna
Giants
kick a field
game.
goal. They'll kick a field goal. Don't worry. Like, and sure as shit, kicking a field goal. Like, it's like, dude, you just can't get over this little.
They have
hump.
to have the worst red zone percentage
But
offense.
you know what
in
I
the
feel
league.
bad for? I feel bad for Dexter Lawrence. Because, my God, this dude is single-handedly taking over these fucking games. Did you see him put that center on his ass? He was like, big fella, I don't think you know who I am. I'm telling you right now. Sit down on this man. Sit down.
You can't.
By the way,
I've yet to see someone sit down on him yet this
Fucking
year.
incredible, dude.
I mean,
I love
to lead the
watching
league
him.
in sacks as a nose
As a
guard.
nose?
It's crazy.
Talk about, hey, by the way, we're talking about a nose tackle possibly making defensive player of the year, because I think when you put into contention like the fact that this dude is double teamed more than anybody and he still has the most sacks, yeah, I think I'm putting his ass up for defensive player of the year this year, boys.
The Giants
so
do, by
good.
the way, have by far the worst red zone touchdown percentage in the league.
It's not even close.
22 trips to the red zone, 8 touchdowns, 36%.
Yeah.
The Ravens, 76% they convert on trips because,
They just
high
hand it
octane
off
and
to a
well-run, so.
fucking steam train,
Well,
and they're like, here you go, buddy.
And I don't like calling individual players out. It's not something I like to do.
However,
However,
I'm
do
very
it.
confused as to why you have a left tackle that is starting for you on Monday Night Football that you picked up off of San Fran's practice squad when Evan Neal, if I'm not mistaken, is healthy and was the 9th overall pick just 3 years ago.
3.
And he played left tackle. I know he played right tackle when they got him there because obviously you have Andrew Thomas. But why is he not playing? What is happening? Like, why is Evan Neal not getting a shot to go out there? Is something wrong? I mean, that one for me was mind-blowing last night onto why you're not at least trying to put your first rounder back out there if he's healthy to go try and play left tackle when Andrew Thomas is down.
Yeah.
I didn't, there's got to be something going on internally there. Maybe they're trying to trade him. Maybe they're trying to do something, but that was really bizarre to me because that poor kid, dude, you're talking about Dable's offense, first of all, is so complex. I mean, I played in it. So complex. Code words.
It's not
code
good.
words for the code words. And he wants to have one word that is formation, play, route concept, right? I mean, I had flashcards that were this thick, right? He'd say, hey, James Harden is the call. That's 76 X Dino Z cross out of 3x1, right? And you have to know that. And that's how Dave wants to operate. So you have a guy that's out there trying to survive on a road game against Alex Highsmith and TJ Watt that's been there for a week. I felt horrible for that kid that got thrown out there last night.
Yeah, that was rough.
yeah, it's
It's
man,
rough all around
like-
in New York.
there's like 5 train wrecks happening in the NFL right now, and there's 2 of them happening in the same
In MetLife.
stadium right now. It's so all right. We're gonna pause here. That was part 1. All of our mics from the week here. I got a couple more for sure in dumb football questions form from the week, including Cowboys, and then some dumb football
Love
questions
bagging on
from the audience. It's the O-line committee. We got Jeremiah.
I'll get you
Alex,
fired.
Phil.
I'll get you fired. I fucking love that.